Entry number 11, June 5th, 2017. I think I got up at about 9 o'clock a.m. the day before yesterday. I proceeded to Saturday Market and then naturally to Waterfront Park. I then went to the library. I don't remember when exactly I ran out of smokes, but I ran out of smokes, so not having enough cans, I went out to Washington County. The coin gods selected Hawthorne Farm. The route for that stop basically involves a long walk along Baseline until I get to 185th. The walk down Baseline involves a lot of rural and natural beauty. I got a lot of good pics and videos. I am especially proud of a video of some sheep. The star of the show stood on its hind legs 2 or 3 times. The rest of the sheep lazed and grazed. I won a few cents playing video poker at a place called Dee Dee's. I then lost $1 at a place I think is a pizza place. Then I turned in my bottles and cans at the store that's part of the same mini mall as the Dee Dee's and the place I think is a pizza place. When I got to 185th, 3 guys gave me 3 cigarettes. I then won 99 cents playing video slots at a place called Richard's. That brought me above the amount I needed to get a pack of smokes. I went back to Portland and got off at the Goose Hollow stop on the Max line because that's the stop closest to my tobacco shop. When I got to a tavern called the Leaky Roof, there were people running. When I got to a tavern called the Leaky Roof, there were people running, some of them in costumes. I knew the Starlight Parade was coming up sometime and asked the people sitting outside the bar if this was part of the Starlight Parade. They confirmed that it was the Twilight Run, which comes right before the Twilight Parade. I got 2 pics and a video of the Twilight Run. It was getting to be around 8 o'clock p.m. or 9 o'clock p.m. My tobacco shop was closed, so I went to Plaid. I then took maybe 4 pictures of various stuff at the Portland Art Museum and went to watch and get shots of the parade. I hit the parade area at the corner of Broadway and Salmon and settled for that. It was a good to excellent spot to watch and shoot the parade. I got there basically exactly on time. I don't think I waited more than 15 minutes before the parade started. I shot a bit of video of the children playing in the street, which made an okay preface. I ended up shooting 42 videos of the parade. The longest is 8 minutes and 55 seconds. The shortest ones are 15 seconds. I am glad I put my photos and videos on my SD card a while back. There is also a 15-second video of the cleanup called Starlight Parade Aftermath. I got home late. I told the man behind the desk I must have lost track of the time. I went upstairs. It took me a long time to get to sleep. I was so restless I almost retitled my videos, but I finally fell asleep. Yesterday morning, I think I woke up at about 8:30 or 9 o'clock. I went to Saturday Market and then went to Waterfront Park. I didn't find a single can or bottle. My backpack was running out of room anyway. The problem was I showed up too early. So early, there was no one performing for me to video. I think Saturday Market was setting up when I got there. After that, I spent the rest of my day uploading photos and videos I had taken the day before. First, I went to Starbucks First, I went to the Starbucks on Southwest 2nd and Main. It's the one across the street from the jail. I sat on the bench on the sidewalk to do the uploading. I didn't have enough money to buy coffee, so I had to steal Wi-Fi. I went there because I thought the library opened late on Saturdays, but I found out they open at 10. Then I went to the library. I stayed until almost closing time. I would have stayed until booted out, but I was very hungry. I went to Peterson's and bought another one of those rib things. I then went and stole Wi-Fi from the Starbucks at Pioneer Square. There was a homeless man sleeping there. Luckily, I only had a few more videos to upload. I think it took me a while anyway because I think one of them was the longest video. The homeless man woke up. Right before I left, I asked him for the almost empty Coke bottle that was standing next to him. He didn't want it. I drank what was left of the Coke and made my departure. I arrived home at about 8 o'clock p.m., took my meds, and went to bed. I might have done a few things before hitting the sack, but not much. I must have been sleeping off a potential cold or something, because I didn't get up this morning until around 11 o'clock a.m. I had a lot to get done today, but luck was on my side, and I got them done early. This basically on account of Jeff was in his office on the 3rd floor when I left my room. I forgot to mention that it turned out that the Starbucks was closed, probably due to protests happening in town. The one on Southwest 2nd and Main had closed at 11 o'clock due to protests. Anyway, that's why the homeless guy was able to sleep there. First, I had to call Yana about my rejection letter from the Obama phone people. This turned out to be more easily solved than I thought. I'm back to expecting an Obama phone anyway. Then Jeff and I went to a place to try and get on a housing list, but we arrived just a bit too late, and so I won't be getting housing there. When we got back to the estate, I called Karen Kepik to check on my backpack and power cord. Poor Karen is still sick. In fact, I think she went to the hospital last night. She hasn't looked for the power cord, but the backpack has been waiting in the lobby of her office for a week or so. So my next stop was to pick up the backpack. I did. I don't think I can use it. It's small. It only has one pocket, basically. Maybe I can use that backpack after all. I just checked, and my laptop does fit in it. We'll see, anyway. I now have 3 backpacks. The one she gave me is the only one of them that isn't damaged. Having completed my to-do list for the day, I went to Whole Foods Market to turn in some cans and bottles. Their machine was down, so I went to Trader Joe's. I then went to my tobacco store and bought a pack of smokes, as I was out of them. Smoked snipes until I ran out of them, and then went to Rollies before I renewed my store-bought supply. I then went to the library, but I only had 2 or 3 photos to upload. I checked to see if any of my videos would turn up on a search of Starlight Parade. First I checked Google. None. Then I checked YouTube. Still none. The problem, I'm pretty sure, is that YouTube categorizes all my posts as a blog. That effectively keeps me in the backwaters. I'd like to fix that problem. I then went home. I stopped at the convenience store that's part of our building to renew my supply of pop. I arrived at about 6. It is now 9:45. I've been writing this entry all that time. I have an appointment with my doctor tomorrow at 4 o'clock p.m. I have exactly $3. I have lost my micro USB to USB converter cord. Too bad. I will need one of them when I get my laptop running to charge my phone on the laptop and to mess with the files on my phone, including moving my music to my SD card. End of entry.